Nice. Which way would you go, guys? Yes, it's another wet one. Perfect day for a 12k long run on the trails. So what I've done is challenge myself to vlog and upload a video every training day of the plan, which is a bit of a shock to the system. I ran 4 times last week and 5 this week, and yeah, 5 or 6 is going to be typical going forward. So yeah, I'm not used to uploading this many videos, and of course one option would have been just to simply upload a video of me running and letting you know what's on the training plan for that day. So I'd be out here going, oh, 6k steady today, I'm just running this way through a field, or oh, 5k easy today, it's dark and I'm running near the road, and oh, 8k today, it's very exciting, lads. But I have a feeling that type of video on repeat may have had me put into some kind of YouTube hall of shame, and the view count would have been in single figures. So what I've done before I got started was to write down a list of topics to cover and discuss while out on the run, so that we have something to talk about other than just the run I'm doing on that particular day. Wow, look at this. So I've made a list, I'm working through them in the order I thought of them, which is why we ended up with 2 videos in a row about me being in hospital after training, because one led to the other. But yeah, that's the end of that. So the topic for today's run is recovery and how I'm dealing with recovery during my training. So the first thing I'm doing to help with recovery today is fueling before and during the run. I had a banana and a cup of tea and then watched a bit of YouTube while that settled before I came out. And I brought a flapjack with me. I'll be having about half of it at 5k, and I think that's all I'll need. But just having that little bit of fuel while you're running means that the body can start replenishing the fuel it's burned while you're out on the run, and you're in less of a deficit when you get to the end. And similarly, I'm also drinking as I go around, just to make sure I'm properly hydrated, which then means less stress on the body and means you've got less to recover from at the end. I also use soft tissue massage as part of my recovery. It's on an ad hoc basis, maybe once every week or 10 days I'll foam roll the entirety of my legs. I've got a lacrosse ball I can use under my feet, or a little foot roller as well. I've got a massage stick that's useful for my calves, and a massage gun as well, which I can use when I think that's appropriate. So I just tend to use those reactively most of the time. So if I can feel somewhere being sore, I'll treat that area, try and discover the source of the tightness, ease it off, maybe treat that for a couple of days, and when it's back to normal, just relax for a bit, leave my muscles in peace. The other thing I need to do to help with recovery is make good use of the rest days when they come along. There were 3 rest days in the first week, 2 this week, so on those days I generally just make sure I relax, eat good food, you know, don't stress the body any more than I need to, and then yeah, just monitor for sore spots and see if I need to do any soft tissue work. The next thing I'm doing to try to help with recovery is control the effort of the run. It's actually proving more difficult today on this muddy terrain. You're kind of having to keep yourself on your feet, work hard to do that, jump over some puddles, wade through others. The mud keeps making you slip, so yeah, the effort is higher than it would be on a nice dry day, but I'm still keeping an eye on the heart rate and adjusting accordingly. So just reached 5k, ate half a flapjack, kept the other half for next time. Next part of the recovery process will be after I get home. I'll be making sure I eat a meal, usually bacon, eggs and toast, and a pint of water with an electrolyte tablet in it, some water immediately when I get back as well, cup of tea, just to make sure I've refueled and rehydrated properly when I get back, before I then go and have a nice hot bath just to relax. At this point I'm particularly looking forward to the hot bath, nearly halfway round. And finally, I shouldn't forget what is arguably the most important factor in recovery, which is getting good sleep. So I'm doing okay with that. I do monitor it with my watch. I tend to get between 7 and 7.5 hours sleep during the week, and then on a weekend I just let myself wake up naturally and just get up then, so it tends to be near at 8 or 8.5 at the weekend. Seems to be suiting me okay. If I do feel extra tired because I've had a poor night's sleep for any reason, I'm usually pretty good. Then I might have a nap, either on the sofa or in bed at the weekend on an afternoon. Doesn't happen too often, to be fair, but it's there if I need it, and I am conscious of how much sleep I'm getting and making sure it's enough to recover properly. I was watching an episode of the Tea and Trails podcast on YouTube the other day, where they interviewed the author of a book that's either called Keeping Dry and Staying Warm or Staying Dry and Keeping Warm, one of those two. And he literally wrote the book on how to dress for outdoor activities in any weather, and it was really interesting what he was saying. Obviously a lot of the detail is left for you to find out in the book, but one thing I took from it on the matter of gloves is that these, now that they're soaked through and cold, are doing more harm than good. The idea with gloves is I can wear these if it's just a bit cold and windy and they'll be fine, but as soon as they get wet and soaked through, the water is conducting heat away from the body 5 times faster than air would. So yeah, soaking wet gloves are less than ideal. What I should do, budget permitting, is buy a pair of waterproof over gloves to put over the top of these ones. What would happen then is there'd be a layer of air between the 2 pairs of gloves to keep the heat in, and then the waterproof outer layer would stop the water from getting in. So, problem solved. Nice. Which way would you go, guys? Got the bit of grass making a little wet bridge straight through the middle. Muddy outside, but I've got to get over this first and trip over the brambles. I'll go with the grassy bridge. I know I'm going to get my feet even wetter than they already are, but it's kind of unavoidable at this point. So there we go, guys, 12k long run done, week 2's training finished, and now I get to go in and recover. Yeah, it's been a wet old run, can't deny it, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to that hot bath more than anything. So thanks for following along. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, it is free. Just press the button and watch the subscriber count go up by 1. Thanks a lot, see you soon.